tap between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Fields going to throw right away. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 37 yards. That's some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Fields. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. That's caught again by Schultz. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
On 1st down, it's Fields. And this is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. To the air again, Fields. And this is going to be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. A turnover is obviously, Charles, always costly, but man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000 is a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. The Bears at 8-2 on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Dallas Goedert. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Patterson back out there to send this one away. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
25 yards that time.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
From the 50, here's Fields. He finds his target. It's Schultz. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On 1st down, Fields. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Chicago. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again is Fields. And they're going to get him. He's sagged back around the 28. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
On 4th down, Fields. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this 1st quarter. Picked off by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Bears are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, Just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far in second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me
Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. He will find his man Chase, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Lions are going to have it here at their own 15. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
On play action, Fields. Over the middle, complete. It's Schultz. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Fields. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Fields throwing again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They've been starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now a first down throw, Fields. This is caught inside the 15. And in for the Lions touchdown. Justin Jefferson, 48 yards. And the Lions have got it back to within a score. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Okay, ready?
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by one score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going, because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Looking middle, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. Here's Fields. Toward the pylon, caught. And he is out of bounds here. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. Now receiver in motion left. Fields now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Trey McBride, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Now Fields. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Again, Fields. Touchdown! Jamison Williams. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Lions have... Back down to 2. Gano for the extra point. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good.
Makes the score Bears 14, Lions 13.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also...
And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Pass to Tony Pollard out of the backfield. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Fields on first down. Flushed out right. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays, because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Out of the gun, Fields. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Here's Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Curtis Samuel from 8 yards out. And the Lions have taken the lead. Gano now to add the extra point. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play. And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Lions are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
He's airing it out for Williams. This is caught at the 20. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
It's a pickup of 61 yards.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. To throw is Fields. Finding Williams once more, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Now it's Fields. And in for the Lions touchdown. Justin Jefferson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions will extend their lead here just before halftime. Gano the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
So when's the best time to take the big shots downfield? When you think a defense least expects it, and I think the first play of the 3rd quarter qualifies. They came right out firing. That's how you send a message to start the second.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Velus Jones, 28 yards. And the Bears are back within a score. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2. Hurts will throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
On 2nd and 12, Fields. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. They snap it to Fields. Completes it to Samuel. And he is going to have the Lions' 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. 1st down, and it's Pollard again. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. From the 50, here's Fields. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable?
Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down.
And that's exactly what he did.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. From the 38, Fields. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Bears are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. On 2nd and goal, Fields. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Justin Jefferson. His third touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain of 32 that time.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line.
Touchdown Bears! Devontae Smith, 43 yards. And the Bears are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for two. They'll try and throw for it. And he'll get in for the 2 points. So that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Fields. Dancing to his left. And he'll just get rid of it. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Off play action, Fields. And incomplete on the deep ball. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot, forcing the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 4th down, Fields. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
Think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Devontae Smith, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bears have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. But the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. To throw again on second down. Fields finding his target. It's Trey McBride. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
To the air again, Fields. Able to get this one to McBride. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. Burris. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Smith brings it in, going across the middle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 16 yards there on a 1st down again.
70 Ranger. Dragon 60. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Touchdown. Danny Gray from 8 yards out. And the Bears extend their lead, and they are about to get to a 9-2 record. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Patterson back out there to send this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from it. He's got a man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Detroit.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. There's certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. Fields trying to throw for it. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Lions are right back in this football game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
They go play action with Hurts. Going for the deep ball. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Lions have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Back to the ground, this time Cook. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Another try after the first down sack. Fields. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. Now this defense, Charles, we know how good they are, but they've been beat a couple of times in this game. However, they got the latest laugh.
And how about the way they hung in there? Because you're exactly right. They're not used to being dented as they've been so far in this game. But what they just did there with that pick six, that's the equivalent of what was happening to them. They're throwing touchdown passes against them. Okay, we'll take one back against you.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. Oh, good-looking return set up here. He's at the 40, the 20. He will score. Touchdown, Lions. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Bears, and it appears they're going to win this game. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to 9.
Warriors 17.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
18 Rebels, 18 Rebels. Hurt. 79 Broncos.
Hurts. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Danny Gray. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bears are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And one last throw here for Fields. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Bears, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.
Why would I ever have to cop a chain again when the QB chain birthed most of the chains in the game? No post office, we stamping time. Took a slice out of the Big Apple, made apple pies, family size. Leather bombers and Nike Sacai's. Dangerous corners, you better pray that tomorrow arrives. Rap, Sugar Ray Robinson, nothing sweet. Y'all too out of shape to even box with me. Heavyweight, I know my way around the ring. Just like Shorty know her way around the storm. Making hits with Hit Boy, all he gotta do is hit record. Record breaking news, had to show up just to fill a void. Confused boy, little boys, y'all better keep your poise. Leave me out of the weasel. Be cool when you see me, I'm hot at all that rap deep. The hood know you, so we don't borrow, believe in it. Locked in on the instrumental, I took back the key to this. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go at. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. What I'm saying, top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go at. Meet Joe Black. What I'm saying, people saying what's already been said. Predictions, I don't listen, it's already in my head, no funny. Your most hungry place, I was past that at 28. Underground tapes, as my ass cap in publishing states. As we slide